Hi, everyone. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless collective love reading. This can be for any sign, if you were guided here, in any sign of the person that you may be thinking of today. So let's see what Spirit has for you for my no contact, low communication. What is your person thinking and feeling? What does Spirit want you to know about this connection? And if you're not interested in your past, this reading won't be for you. So check out your collective love to see what's coming next for you. Welcome, everybody. I'm so grateful that you've been guided here. Let's call in our spirit guides. Spirit, please share with me any loving messages that are meant to be heard. What is it we need to know about this connection? What is it that you have for us today? I am listening for you now. I have reaching out first. Oh boy, who's reaching out first, right? Take the first step in reaching out and establishing a dialogue. Initiate the conversations that lead to deeper understanding. So who is reaching out first? Okay, that's always the best question. So there's always this feeling of, stalemate. I'm not reaching out to them. They're not reaching out to me. Maybe you've already reached out to them and they haven't even returned. But Spirit could be saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who initiates it, because there's going to be a day that we don't even remember who initiated it. So maybe you just reach out and say, hey, how you doing? I'm just checking up on you. I was just thinking about you today. And see if you get a response. But if it's a stalemate and there's no way, you're not chasing them, I don't know what's happened in the connection, but if you feel comfortable just to see how they're doing, then that's an option, I guess. Let's see what this says. Casanova keeps a safe distance and avoids being emotionally available or vulnerable, easily distracted by new attractions. So this person could be keeping their options open and you're not going to chase them. And that solves the answer of, I'm not going to call them. They're out there talking to other people. They want to keep their options open. If they want me, they know how to get a hold of me. So if that's something that's going on, obviously you don't want to settle. You don't want to be one of many, and you deserve to be the only one that they care about and that they are chasing. I have a distraction. Subtle clues hint at impending danger. I'm going to say this feeling of trusting your gut, your intuition tells you that something isn't right. Now, maybe you've already gone through this. Maybe you had this deep feeling in your heart that said, something isn't working. I don't feel as connected to this person as I used to. They're acting weird. They're acting funny. They're distracted. They're looking at their phone. So, was there something going on in this connection that definitely was giving you the red flags and you didn't take a look at them? Okay. So trust that intuition, trust it, and listen to your own voice. Let's see where we're headed. Spirit, tell me about this connection. What is it that you have for us? What is it that you want? Got a jumper. Okay. Whoops. Hold on. I got to get that. Hold on. I got to put it on pause. Okay. It couldn't have fallen off the table any further. It was like fell across the room. It flew across the room. All right. So King of Wands. There's passion here. We could have great chemistry. This is the only person I want to be with. I can't imagine not being with anybody. I have a 5 of Cups. I have a 6 of Cups. Six of Cups and a Knight of Pentacles. So the first thing you can see that, it's like I want to capture you or recapture you. I know I hurt you. I know I disappointed you. They're putting a lot of thought into what it felt like to be with you. I will tell you that. So that feels good. This is a little bit of a thought about what would it take to repair and rebuild this connection. what would it take for us to, find our way back to each other again, restore this? I feel like this is all like the energy involved with kissing and making up and doing the work. So I will say that that's probably where they're at. I have a 4 of Wands. I'm thinking about a commitment. We had talks about a commitment. I even want to say they're still committed to you, the way that came into me. So even if you're not with this person, you could still have their heart. Spirit just said, doesn't mean that you're going to be back together. Okay. It just means that you still have their heart. They still are in love with you. And they maybe aren't ready to make their move, or they're still thinking about what would it take to, bottom of the deck, I have a Hermit, and I have a Hierophant, and I have a Knight of Swords. So that is coming into me as they're trying to find the answers. If they find the answers, they'll come charging back. It's a feeling of, I'll come charging in and talk to you when I'm ready. Okay. They're looking for signs. Spirit just said they're looking for answers. They're trying to figure things out. You probably know that already, that they probably said, I need time. I need to think about things. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. What is going on with this connection? I have regret. I wish this never happened. I wish we weren't here. So if they're feeling regret's a good thing. I think that it's almost the beginning of apologies. It's the acceptance stage of, I shouldn't have done something. Developing feelings, and feelings are growing. Knowing that I have feelings for you. Realizing now, they just said, a feeling of, should I reach out? Shouldn't I reach out? Who reaches out first? You still have their heart. They haven't stopped caring. They haven't stopped loving. They put something on hold. Flirting, fun and innocent communication. I'm going to say there's a lot of thought to, do you remember when? Remember when we fell in love? You remember how we fell in love and how much fun it was? And we used to kiss all the time and make love in the middle of the day and, do things that people do when it's early and in the beginning. So maybe they just missed that stage. Spirit, please share with me. Lip service, all talk and no action. That could be you. They could be saying things, but they're not doing things. They could be telling you one thing and then their actions don't match. And after a while, that gets real old. So you have to decide for yourself whether it's worth it, if they're being honest, if their intentions are true. I have seduction. I fantasize about you. I do feel that. I feel that there is a sense of, I haven't gotten you out of my system. I regret not being with you. Loyalty. I have your back no matter what. They could still be loyal to you even if they're not with you. They might not be, maybe you think they're out there flirting, but they might not be with anybody physically. Maybe they, when you care about somebody and you love somebody, it's really hard to be with somebody else. So they could be, for some of you, they could still be loyal to you. They're just kind of processing their feelings. They needed some space and time to think about something. So it doesn't mean that they are already out there sleeping with somebody else. So keep that in mind. On hold, to be continued. I like the to be continued because that is a feeling of, it's not over. It's on hold. I that makes sense to me. I press the hold button. I press the pause button. And it's just a pause. Maybe that's all it is. And maybe we need to just look at it that way, that we just need to take a deep breath and see where we go next. But we have unfinished business and it's not over. I feel the detachment. I had to let go so I could clear my mind. I needed some space. I needed some time. And it also just came into me as I had some other things on my plate that I'm not ready to share with you. It could be worries about finances, worry about their kids. It could be some personal things that they just, they keep to themselves. So maybe there's some other things going on in their life that they just aren't sharing with you, that they need some time to think through. I have a 2 of Swords. I have an 8 of Swords. I have a 7 of Wands. I have a 7 of Wands. And I have an 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So right now, it feels like I know I've been holding back. I know I've been keeping you out. I know that I have to put in more effort. I know I have to work harder at this. There's a little bit of a feeling of an excuse. I don't have any effort left to give. They could be just really, really busy with their kids, their work, responsibilities, and they just don't have anything left to give. And maybe you want more from them and they say, I can't give anything else. I'm emotionally drained. I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm never home. I'm always at your house and helping you with your kids. And, so maybe this person just doesn't ever get a break. And there's a part of me that says, are they ready to put in even a harder effort, or is it just too hard? So you have to look at how difficult this relationship was for them. If they weren't putting in an effort, that's a different story. Let's get some initials. Let's see what the initials are. First initials, last initials, please, Spirit. What is it that you, some of these will connect to some of you. Let me know in the comments if we got your person's initials. I have the letter U. I have a D. I have an M. I have an L. Another N. F. G. E. O. B. I. F. The C. I, and one more, and a T. So let me know if those connect to any of you, if first initials, last initials. Spirit, tell me where this is going. I feel like it's just on pause. I really do. When I felt the regrets, that was like a door opening to me of somebody realizing that, we don't have to be here, that we can figure this out. We can work on this. It can get better. So I just feel like it was almost like a door opening, and, a door to their feeling. Literally the door opens, you open the door and they're on the other side of the door. But it is a feeling of a door opens. I have purpose, doing the soul's work, looking for meaning. You're on a spiritual journey, and you're on a spiritual journey with this person. And the purpose of this connection is always kind of the question, like, why did this person come into my life? And only the two of you can answer that, whether it's to help each other, whether it's to have children together, whether it's to help raise each other's children. People come into your life at different stages in your life based on, the things that you need. But you all have a purpose to fulfill as a couple. So maybe you're still just trying to figure out, like, why did Spirit bring us together in the first place? I have surviving. I'm barely hanging on. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I don't have any savings. So is your person not where they want to be? Sometimes people will walk away when you don't have your basic needs met. If you don't have, that financial security that you need, the home that you need, or cars, or you have a lot of debt, things that we need. It's really hard to focus on other areas of your life, especially a relatively new relationship. because you're in survival mode. Survival mode is interfering, and it's a real thing, especially today. So don't hold them, don't hold them for, like you're upset about it. It's almost a feeling of they're overwhelmed, or there's too much going on in my life. So the first thing they do is they push the best thing in their life away because they think that that's going to relieve them of this difficulty, and it does the opposite. Now they're out there alone. Now they don't have a partner in crime to help them, put out the fires. So sometimes that survival mode paralyzes us and doesn't allow us to make good choices, and definitely pushes people away. I am rebuilding. I'm rebuilding my life after a loss. I'm reinvesting. I'm trying to work on myself. So this could have a connection to, I'm not where I'm supposed to be at this stage in my life, and I've got to focus on that. I'm not happy with where I'm at this stage in my life, and I don't have enough energy to do both. And if that's the case, then you guys could be at a different stage in your lives. You're in a different place. You're more secure. You can't fix them, okay? You can't come up with the solution to all of their problems. It's not your job to get them out of a situation. And if you try, you're going to push this person away. This person has to do it on their own. Creativity, new ideas, finding themselves. Not necessarily artistic, but maybe they just need the time to come up with, what am I supposed to be doing? Whether it's changing their job, moving, downsizing, there could be just some things they have to make a choice of. Bottom of the deck, I do have a soulmate energy. I have this, purpose, and I want to do this, but, are we trying to, I'm rebuilding my life. I'm trying to survive. Am I pushing my soulmate away while I'm doing those things? Sometimes we do. We think the timing isn't right, or I can't give you. Usually what they'll say is, I can't give you what you need. I can't give you what you want. And that's usually what they'll say to you. Spirit, please share with me, what is it this person is looking for? What is it that this person needs from us to know? Let's see what they say. I have a 2 of Pentacles. I have a 7 of Wands. They're juggling their finances. I can feel that. They're defensive over that. There's a sense of protecting and guarding themselves. They want a new financial beginning. They want things to get better. So I'm going to say it's weighing heavily on them, and they're putting the pressure on this connection. They feel like they're trapped. There's something going on with them that they feel like they're trapped, whether it's financially or another area of their life, and they somehow can't give you what they think you need. And they need time. They need time to go and work on that. It's not your job to fix them. It's not your job to say, I know what you should do. I think this is what you should do. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Like, you've got the solution, and you probably do. You probably have some great solutions, but it's not you. They have to come up with that on their own. Otherwise they're going to just go round in circles. They've got to have a clear head. They've got to have a clear mind. They've got to have a breakthrough for themselves as to what it is that is going to make them happy and successful and grounded and all of those things. Let's see what the messages are. I think we're on pause, and I think it's a to be continued. I think that's a great way to say it. Let them go and work on this part of their life, and then let them decide to come back. I'm terrified of rejection. Okay. I'm not good enough for you. You're better off without me. I can feel the pushing away. I can feel them pushing you away because of self-doubt or their ego isn't in alignment with, their ego is higher than what is really going on in their life. Like what they think they should be and who they think they should be isn't in alignment with what they have. So that is, you know, disproportionate, I guess. Like I should be successful. I should be making this much money. I should be working here at a certain level. And they're not anywhere near that. So their ego is like way, way higher than their reality. So that depresses them or that brings them down somehow. I thought it would be over by now, but I somehow still feel the same about you. So that's encouraging. That's a feeling of, you know, my feelings haven't stopped. I just need this space. A lot of people, reconciliate. There's a lot of reconciliations after a break. And usually it gives us a chance to just kind of clear our mind and feel better about things. I'm a warrior. I fight. This is what I do. But sometimes I end up fighting my own heart. I'm pushing away the best thing that ever happened to me. And now I'm struggling, Spirit just said. Okay, so they're struggling. Why do I feel this intense about you? You know, it's almost as if they feel like they can't handle two things at once. You know, they can only handle and compartmentalize one area of their life at a time, you know, whereas you might be able to juggle a lot of different things in your life at the same time. Work, kids, parents, family, financial issues, the dog. And it's like they can only handle one thing. And some people, that's all they can handle. They get completely overwhelmed. They can't juggle as well as somebody else. So it depends on the personality, but let them figure out what they need to do to feel the success within themselves, lift up their own self-esteem by themselves, lift up their self-confidence without you fixing them, and let them come back after that's done. I truly like you, and I know there could be more between us. I do feel that. Okay, I do feel that. They put this on pause because right now I feel like they can't give you what they would like to be able to give you. So therefore they got to go out there and work for that. They've got to put themselves in a better place somehow. So I'm going to put this out into the universe as I do feel like that door is going to open with this person reaching out to you. I do feel like when they get out of survival mode, that is interfering with this connection, and they open up their heart to what is really going on here, that you'll hear from them. And I really feel like this is just a pause and it's to be continued. So we're going to put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words and your comments. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at kathymamolin.psychicmedium.com. Also check out my second channel for some pick a card readings, and I'll put that link in the description below.